Hey everybody, it's David Branderhorst here, and I wanted to just stop by with a quick video on how to choose the right campaign objective for your Facebook ad campaign. So this becomes important because when you're running a Facebook ad, if you're not choosing the right objective, if you don't set that up correctly at the beginning and how you structure your Facebook ad, your costs are going to go through the roof and your results are going to be really lower than what they would be otherwise. So I wanted to take a few minutes to just briefly go through and be able to show you how to do this correctly. So I'm going to hop over here into my ads manager, and I want to just if you go into your ads manager and you get to this campaign tab, if you go here and you just click on create, this will be create a new ad campaign. And what it's going to do, it's going to ask you to select the objective for your ad campaign. And there's a whole bunch of options here. I'm going to run through these really quick so you know how to select the right option based on what it is that you're trying to do. Now, the first one is brand awareness. Now, this is really just about you're just trying to get more people to become familiar with who you are as a business, who you are as a thought leader, as a person. You're trying to get more awareness out there. Maybe you just started a brand new business, a brand new Facebook page, and you don't have a whole lot of traction yet, but you got to get the message out so people know you're alive. They know that you're there. So you do a campaign like this because you got to get people to be aware that you're alive, that you are a part of the the community, that you're out there. That's something that they should know about you, so that they will come and start thinking about you the next time they're looking for help with something. The next category is reach. Now, what this one's a little bit different. So let's say you have a specific number of people that you want to get a certain message to. Now, this could be people that perform a certain action on your website, and you just want to make sure that you're following up with them and all getting them this message that this is important, that you need to get it to them. So if you have an audience of people that you really want to get to as many people in that audience as humanly possible, well, then this is a good objective to choose for that. Because what Facebook will do otherwise is just show your ad multiple times. The frequency will start to go up. So like certain people will see the same ad multiple times after a while. Now in reach, the objective here is I want to show my ad to as many possible people as I can in that list. I want to reach the maximum number of people in this defined list that I have as possible. I want to cover as much of that reach of that audience as I possibly can. So that's where, if you have that set audience, you have that I got to get for example, people opted into your ebook, and now you want to follow up with them about an offer that you have, some product that you have, a program, a course, and you want to reach back to as many of those people who opted in for your ebook as possible. And you upload a custom audience of all those people, or you set one up based on traffic inside your ad manager. You can then use this objective to try and cover that audience as widely and as thoroughly as you can. From there, we move on to, so this is really getting awareness of something out there. The next section is really about consideration. Now we're kind of asking people to do something at various levels. So the first one is traffic. The traffic objective is really all about, if you want to get somebody to your website, you want to get them to read a blog post, you want to get them to a funnel, you want to get them to something off of Facebook, and you want to send them to something that you want to get traffic to. You want to get them to a page. Now, this becomes there's two ways of doing this in a lot of ways, and we'll talk about conversions here in a little bit. But conversions work better if you have a little bit more of a budget, if you have a little bit more of a higher volume. If you're just getting started and you're testing your idea and you're just trying to get a certain amount of people to opt in, a certain amount of people to get started to view something, and you're going at a lower budget, this is usually the one you want to start with. To send some traffic. I just want to get people to go to this page, to go to possibly opt into my my lead magnet, something like that. This is a way to send traffic to them just to get some initial things started, and it's really good for low budget type campaigns. Engagement is one that gives you a little bit more. There's three different options down here, as you'll see. So engagement is trying to get more people to engage with your Facebook posts and content and different things on Facebook. So the first one down here, you'll notice after you choose engagement, is post engagement. Now, post engagement, what that's about is post engagement is really about, you know, I have a post that I put on my page. It got a lot of really good, maybe you did a video with somebody, it got a lot of really good responses, or it's really said your message really well, or some really positive, great things there. And you really you just want to get more people to see it. You want to expand this reach of this. You want to get that message from that post out more. Well, this is a way to get more engagement from that post, to get more people to be aware of it and to see it. The next one is page likes. And when you go here, this is one where maybe you're just starting out and you have a fairly new Facebook page and you don't have a lot of people being aware of it yet. And you know that organically it's going to take you a very long time to get your Facebook page to the point where it's getting lots and lots of action and you're getting a lot of people to be able to see the content that you're producing, and you want to speed it up and you want to get some people to actually like your page so you can speed up the process and get some more people in your audience aware of what it is that you're producing. This is an objective for that. Then the third one in this group is event responses. So as you probably have seen, you can do events on Facebook. You can go and schedule an event to go, we're going live on Facebook on Wednesday or Friday or whatever. And you can do this in such a way that you can set up a live event, and you can do it so that, excuse me, you're going out and you're going to be talking about something, or you're going to be engaging. Maybe you're going to interview somebody. You're engaging in a certain content and you want people to register for this. Now, this isn't taking them off of Facebook. They're staying on Facebook and they're just registering as a person who's interested in attending this event on Facebook. And then they will get notified by Facebook when you actually go live. The next one in the consideration category is your app installs. So for example, if you're one of the people out there who produces apps for phones or for different devices, this is one, and you're out there, you know, this is really popular from the people who produce games, and they just need to get as many apps. They need to get their game downloaded as many times as possible, because that's how, you know, the more downloads they get, the more ads they can show, and then that's how they get paid. So this is really popular for that. And you have a couple different ways of doing automated app ads or app ads manually. So it's just different ways that you can do this to get apps installed on people's devices. The next one here is video views, and video views are a great way to build a Facebook audience of people. So let's say you did a video and it was well received and it got a lot of good traction and it seems to have done well. And what you can do with that is you can create a custom audience on Facebook of people who have seen that video, and then you can remarket to them. So now these people are becoming familiar with you. They're becoming familiar with who you are, and it's starting to build your brand, and it's starting to get exposure for you. And so you can start building audiences and then remarket your lead magnet, remarket your offer to people who have seen your views or videos, excuse me. And a way to really expand the number of people. So like you have an organic level of people who saw your video, but a way to reach that further and to push that video out there farther and get a bigger audience of people doing it is to use the video views objective. And you can get video views relatively cheap. You really can. You can get a lot of people to watch videos, to at least a percentage of them or a part of them, fairly cheaply. And it's a great way to build an audience of people who have now at least seen you. You're not a stranger to them anymore. They may not know you well, but they at least have seen your face. They've seen your video. They've seen something about you, and you're starting again building brand awareness, and you're getting your message out there. You're getting your brand out there. You're getting yourself out there so that people are no longer confused as to who you are when they see your other offers out there. Lead gen is where you can set up people to sign up and opt in right on Facebook. You can set this up so people will opt in and opt in for whatever it is that you're offering, an email, lead magnet, registering for something like a training or something like that. You can actually set all that up right in Facebook so that they will actually put their name and email right into a form on Facebook, and you can create the lead right there. Messages is where if you have a business that, you know what, we really do well when we have conversations with people, when we can get people to ask questions, we can get people to ask more, we can get people to want to engage with us. And if I can start a conversation with somebody, that's when I can get customers. Well, this is a type of ad where you can, you know, encourage people to do that on Messenger, on Facebook Messenger. So this ad, you know, and you obviously this works well once your traffic is a little bit more warm and they have some exposure to you rather than sending it to a cold audience. But if you have an audience that's already somewhat familiar with you, they can click on this and it'll open up Messenger and they can send you a message in Facebook Messenger, ask you a question about what this is or how could they get started or get more details or more information about it. And it's a great way if you have a sales team, especially if you're selling a higher end product, that you can have people engage with you on Messenger to get some conversations started, to get people talking to you about possibly buying your product. The next one over here is we move to the conversion side. Conversions, now this is really helpful. This is where, again, if you're going to use this objective, you want to have a little higher volume going. You don't want to be using this objective if you're doing $25 a day just to test an offer, just to try and get people to your website. Then I would use the traffic option. This one I would use when you have a higher volume dollar amount that you're spending and you're getting a good amount of people actually doing the thing they're trying to do every single week. 50 to 100, I think, is really, you know, if once you're at that level, okay, conversions start to make a lot more sense. Now, what you do here is conversions is an objective that when you set this up, what Facebook is trying to do is get you people who are likely to actually perform the action that you want. So conversions mean that this is somebody who will hit the thank you page, not the opt-in page for your lead magnet or to register for your webinar or your training or whatever it is. Not just hit the first page, but they will actually put their name and email in and convert to a lead. So this is really useful for using those types of objectives, because this will say, well, what is the URL of the thank you page? And it will ask you to enter that so it knows when that actually happens. So people can click on the page where the lead magnet offer is to put their name and email in, but they don't count as a conversion until they actually hit the thank you page, because that lets Facebook know, okay, they actually did the thing we're asking them to do. So those are really good to help people get people who will sign up and do the action. Traffic is just really to get people to click and to get people there, and it's good to test offers and to get lots of clicks to a page. But if you want people to actually do the thing, Facebook's algorithm will actually optimize for people who are likely to, who have shown a propensity to actually register, to actually opt in, and not just be browsers and not just be lookers, but it'll be actually action takers. And so they'll optimize your ad more towards those people instead of people who would just click. And this can also be used if you have a sale, if you're selling it to a product, if you have sending people to a sales page and like, here's the page to buy, and you could put a conversion for the thank you page on when the checkout is complete, so that you know, hey, yep, checkout's complete. They purchase the product, so you can actually send people to a sales page and they will count it as a conversion when they actually make the purchase as well. Catalog sales is a little bit of a different one. If you are especially like an e-commerce person or a person who has a lot of products out there that you're selling lots and lots of different things, maybe lots of books, lots of shirts, lots of hats. Well, you have lots and lots of products, and you can actually upload. You can see, create a catalog down here. You can actually upload a catalog of all your products with images and prices directly to Facebook, and they can scroll through your ad and see different things that you have for sale, and they could go through that and then click to buy to do that. And so it's actually a way of creating a little mini inventory of your store if you want to do that and put all that up there, and you can show a catalog of what it is that you offer. And then the last one is store traffic. Store traffic is really reserved for people who have physical locations. So if you have a physical store location, this might be one that works for you. Store traffic is really valuable because let's say you have 5 stores in a city, and each store has different sales going. Maybe there's a different sale going on the store city on the east side versus the west side, or they have a different hours or different promotions or whatever. You can run an ad that will show to that person based on their geographical location. So if a person is closest to the store on the east side of town, they'll get this ad. If the person is closest to the store on the west side of town, they'll get that ad. So you can customize and you can send special messages based on where that person, that prospect is geographically to the store that they're closest to, and you could target your advertising to get people to come to your store. And again, it's all, as you know, GPS on your phone. They know where you are within 50 feet at all times. So that's how they're doing it. They're tracking you, and they can target you based on your location, and you can get an ad based on where you are physically. So those are all the traffic campaign objectives. Hopefully this helps you. If you have questions, as always, let me know. Otherwise, I will hope you have a great day, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video.